Howdy y'all. Well, we're going to be loading some 44 mag today. We're going to use the mold I made, 432. .230 grainer. This is the same one that Jamie and the Scotsman have. I've loaded it in 44 special, and Jamie has too. We're going to step it up a notch and go to 44 Magnum. We're going to be using, as far as brass, we're going to be using some Scottish Willie Woohoo brass. Yeah, that's right. That big bag of brass I won on the Willie giveaway from the Scotsman. So that's what we're going to use for brass. We're going to be loading with 2400 Federal large Magnum pistol. This is the match set, and we got our little RCBS 510 scale set up. We're also going to be using my new Lyman trickler. I won that. I didn't say I won it. Our cowboy match that we had here at the first of the year, or first of the month in December, it's a 3-day match. Company sent us a whole bunch of stuff. They sent us so much stuff, you know, they was going to like give away like raffles and stuff. There was so much stuff sent to us that they just laid it on the table and said, pick what you want. And I mean, we had bullets, we had, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And there was like 3 or 4 of those on the table, and I went straight to it. So we got us a new Lyman trickler. Really like it. Heavy duty. Ooh, I even got this hat too. So what we're going to do is, obviously there's no load data or anything like that. So what I've come up with is the dummy round. It's 1" 630. It drops in my gauge. Just got this for Christmas. And we're also going to plump test it here in the contender. Yeah, she's good. Yep, she's good. So, I've already sized all the brass, got us all primed. Now, I tried to make an M die when I was doing the 44 specials, and it just would, something's not right on it. I don't know what. So what I ended up doing was just flaring it with the stock RCBS die flaring tool, in which that's set so it works for both Magnum and the special. And then I come back with the Lee, with the die that I made to go in it, and then it works fine. But doing it from scratch, it just doesn't work right. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's see, I'll show you here. It just barely goes in there with a flare. And after I run the M style die in there, it goes in there further, and it's nice and square. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm single staging this stuff, so let me get all these sized, finished flaring, sizing, and then we'll be back. All right. Now, as far as powder charge goes, what I done last time was I used the Lyman Cast book manual, and you just gotta figure out something on your own. You know, there's no data for this, so you're just guessing. The main thing is if you could figure out what the loads that are in the book is, how much case capacity is in it, then you'd have a better educated guess, I guess you could say. But you know, I don't have none of these molds that are in this book, so I don't know how long the bullets are or how deep they're being set and stuff like that. So, but what I've done is I know what worked for the Magnum. I mean, for the 44 Special. And, you know, I went through one of the bullet loads they had in there, and it said this to this in the 2400. So I made up some loads in there. Some a little light, some a little heavy, and we'll just work my way through it. So I know that those loads that I'm running in my special was actually almost in the center of their load data for the 44 Special. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just translate that to the 44 Magnum, the same bullet, and we're going to go in there, and hopefully we can find something in the middle of that one. That's how we're determining this one here. Like I said, there's no load data on here, so I'm not going to be telling you what I'm putting on it because you don't have this bullet. There's only 2 other people in the world that has this mold, so unless they mold some and send them out to friends, you know, but, you know, we can talk between each other about that part. So what we're going to do now is we got our 510 set up, and we got some powder in my little dandy, and it's throwing. I got a lot rotor in it. It's throwing a little light. Throw some in there and trickle it up. Going to go from there and then load everything up, and we're gonna go in 2/10 steps is what we're gonna go in. It should get us pretty close to figuring out what we need, and then we can refine it and then go back and try some more at the range again. All right, so let me get all the powder thrown in all these, and we'll be back. All right, we got all the powder thrown. We on the cedar on the 44 Specials, I did not have a Lee factory crimp die, so I had to use the regular RCBS die because they don't make the crimp style for 44 Specials. They only make them for the 44 Magnum. So what I done on this was I backed it up to get the so it wouldn't crimp nothing, and then readjusted the cedar to get the right depth. So right now we're gonna run the Lee factory crimp die on all of them. Get that done. And there it is. I like the collet dies. I know CW just did a big video on different types of crimps, and I think there was another style he liked the most. I like the collets, especially when you got a good crimp groove to go into it. I like those. So let me get these done and we'll be back. All right, got it all that taken care of. Whenever I was looking for or doing these specials, 44 Specials, I tried to find the collets crimper for another 44 mag, and there was none in stock. You know, nothing was in stock anywhere, you know, at the time. So We what I've been thinking about doing is buying another one of these and shortening it up to work on the 44 specials. But like I say, couldn't find any in stock. Couldn't even find the regular factory crimp in stock either. I mean, there was nothing. So that's why I had to go with the roll crimp with the regular RCBS die on the 44 specials. But we got them collet crimped on that, so we need to get our powder cleaned up here. I really like this new Lyman Trickler. It's nice and heavy, doesn't move. It's got a rubber base, adjustable height. Oh, gotta do a little dandy too here. We going to try to go probably Wednesday, day after tomorrow. I'm going to try to go to range with these. I wanted to go on the 29th, but it's supposed to be raining, and I want to have my chronograph out and everything. It's outdoor range, so we're not going to be able to go on Thursday. You know, I always like to go. If I ain't hunting, I'd like to go to deer shooting somewhere on my birthday on the 29th, but looks like it's going to be raining. I guess I could go indoors if I wanted to, but I want to shoot this. I need to get some of those 380s cast so I can get them powder coated and let them set for a little bit so we can do some more test loads on those. Only had maybe a dozen left over from the first test load, so we'll get there on those. We still working on my app press, trying to get it all lined up, so we'll get that done too this week. I don't know what else I'll get done. My wife's got me some honeydews she wants me to do too, so anyway, hopefully the next footage on this will be a good one from the range. All right, thanks for watching.